What's going on, guys? I'm Bill and welcome to Bill's How To. Today we're going to be reviewing and testing a new product that I've just come across. It's from Billshowto. It's an angle grinding wheel or disc that can basically cut all materials. Now that sounds way too good to be true. According to this product here, not only can it cut the regular aluminium, steel and metal products or materials, it can also cut ceramics, masonry, timber, rubber. This sounds way too good to be true, guys. Let's put it to the test and see if it actually works. Let's do this. Alright guys, so this here is the cutoff wheel from Billshowto, the multi-material. Cuts all, as you can see, up the top, and down the bottom it's got a whole range of different material. Now you'll notice that there's no timber mentioned down here. However, online they do have a demonstration video claiming that it can also cut timber. So we're going to be putting this one here to the test today. I'm really hoping that it actually works because I've got a 25 pack that I've just bought. So we're going to be doing some testing with this one here. Usually what I do is any of my metal or stainless steel materials, I'll just be using a regular cutoff wheel like this one here, designed for metal materials. When it comes to my more porous masonry materials, such as brick, pavers, even concrete, I'll use a diamond blade like this one here. And then when it comes to my tiles, in particular ceramic tiles, I'll be using a continuous cutoff wheel like this one here, which is also a diamond blade. So alternating between the three discs is a bit of a pain, but this is what pretty much everybody usually does until now. Hopefully this one here is going to resolve that problem. So let's put it straight to the test, guys. This little locking nut right here is something that I need to do a separate review on. Absolute best thing I've ever come across, and the simple reason for that is I don't need my tensioning tool anymore or my wrench to lock this on anymore or even take it off. I always tend to lose that tool, and this one here is so much easier. Little wing, clip it, unscrew it, screw it back on. Couldn't be any easier, guys. So let's put this to the test. We'll start off with our basic metal materials, and then we'll go down the line and test everything else out. So let's start off with some basics, guys. We're going to start off with some aluminium trim. This one here is a transition trim that I've got some scrap material of. We are using the new blade, as you can see there. This one here should hopefully cut through. Glasses on. Nice and easy, so far so good. I'd hope to think that it can cut through aluminium nice and easy. Let's move up to some higher gauge steel. So once again with the same disc, we're going to be cutting some 50 by 50 steel posts, so nice and thick. Let's see how well it handles this. So that wasn't too bad at all. Did seem to be a little bit slower than usual. So we're going to continue using the same blade, going on some timber molding. Let's see how well I can cut through this. Surprisingly, that was extremely easy. Very, very little burning, as you can see there. And it did cut through actually pretty nicely. That was almost like butter. Try it again. I honestly really like that when it comes to this molding. We'll try something a little bit thicker, maybe some bigger baseboards. So this time around we've got some big thick baseboards. Let's see how well I can cut through this one here. So that one there did cut through. However, as you can see, it starts to build up a bit of smoke, and you can see there on the edge it does start to burn just a little bit, but most of the burning seemed to happen towards the end. So hopefully that was just simply because I was pinching the blade between the material. We'll try it again once more. Once again, bit more smoke this time around, and it's still nice and black, this disc. You can see on the end here, It is slightly burning. It does cut through the timber, but I think I'd rather stick to a saw at the moment. Anyway, at least for the bigger baseboards. The smaller trim, that one there was really nice. So that little molding right here, very minimal burning. And that cuts through very, very nicely. So I'm pretty impressed with it when it comes to the smaller molding. So this time around, we're going to be cutting a standard ceramic tile. Let's see how well it can cut through here. Once again, we're using the same disc because on the job site, you wouldn't be switching over to a new disc every time you'd switch materials. So we're going to keep going through with this one here and see how well it can cut. Now that is actually a very nice clean cut, guys. So as you can see there, very, very little, if any, chipping whatsoever. That is a really nice cut. I'll make another cut on the other side. Make sure, because that's pretty much the biggest problem with angle grinders. Whenever you come to cutting ceramic tiles, there's always a chance of chipping the tile. Even when I use my continuous blade, I still run that risk every single time. But this one here seems to cut nicely. Once again on the other side. Once again on the other side, we've got a very nice clean cut. Little chip here isn't actually a chip, that's from when the angle grinder come across the other side. But all in all, really, really nice cut on that. So you can see there both sides, really nice clean cut considering we're using an angle grinder disc that can cut pretty much any material. It's not specifically designed for tiles, but it does do a very nice job. It is a little bit slower than your regular continuous blade or disc, but all in all, so far so good. Let's test it out on a few other materials. Alright guys, so for masonry, I've found the toughest little piece of masonry that I can get my hands on. We've got here just over 1 inch in thickness, concrete paver. So this one here is going to be nice and solid to see if it can actually cut through. I'd be honestly very surprised if it can even get halfway through. But let's put it to the test and see. Once again, we're using the same blade as before. Let's test this one here out. And I've basically ran out of my wheel. How disappointing, because that one there, I could actually feel it. It's cut almost the whole way through. So if I give this a little tap, it doesn't seem to want to break through, but as you can see, we cut through about 3/4 of the way on the first hit. At the back end, we've gone through about 1/4. So I might switch over the blade, and with a fresh blade on, I'll continue back through the same path. And once again, that's eaten through almost half the disc in one little pass. So it does seem to be struggling through the concrete. This one here, like I said guys, it's gone almost the whole way through. About 3/4 of the way through, but it does seem to be eating the disc up pretty quickly. So you can see there, we'd cut through 3/4 of the length, or the depth, and then we just had that little end piece left to go. But if we were cutting this on something a little bit thinner, like I said, this one here is over 1 inch in thickness, so technically speaking, it did do a pretty good job, but I would have liked to have seen that blade last a little bit longer. So there we have it guys, Billshowto multi-material. Does it cut everything? I think it's safe to say that it probably could cut every material out there. I did go through a very wide variety of different materials, and it does actually cut it, as you guys have seen. Is it the best at cutting each of these materials? I think we're going to leave that for another video, guys. What I might do is I might do a comparison between this and the specialty blade or disc that is actually required for that job. For example, the cutoff wheel, we might use a standard metal cutoff wheel, the diamond blade, and also the continuous blade, and we might test them out and see just where each blade is actually better, if better, where it's faster, where its flaws are, and just test it out for a bit of fun, guys. I really couldn't resist. When I seen these in the store, I had to buy them, had to try them. Now that I know exactly what they do, you guys hopefully have enjoyed the video. As always, guys, like, comment, and subscribe. Until next time, I'm Bill. Thanks for watching Billshowto.